Tonight's final thought on Boxing Confidential Radio, a service of BoxingConfidential.com, is this, John. My final thought. For so many years, man, in L.A., so many of us hated Oscar De La Hoya. And now it's clear his time has passed. And I woke up on Sunday with this thought, John. Who's going to make boxing fun for me again? Sure, the last few years when De La Hoya fought, it wasn't a high-level, tightrope fight, a fight of the year type situation, but it was entertainment. He was the guy you loved to hate. Your wife loved the guy. Your mom loved the guy. The girl next door loved the guy, and all the guys hated him. He was too pretty. He had all the stuff you couldn't have, millions of dollars, a house in Puerto Rico, that Chevy truck he used to advertise, and all kinds of stuff, man. So you didn't like the guy. But you disliked him so much, John, that you tuned in and you bought the pay-per-views, and he was fun to hate. It was fun for several years to tune in and wait to see the day De La Hoya would get his face mushed in. But unfortunately, when he finally got his face mushed in, it was from a guy who started off as a professional boxer as a flyweight. So it wasn't that fun. It wasn't fun to see him in the corner, kind of not knowing what to do, waiting for someone else to throw in the towel meekly. It wasn't fun. It wasn't cool. So for all the negative energy we've put on to De La Hoya as a fighter, I feel bad. I want to say thank you, Oscar. You made the last few years, the last decade or so, entertaining as boxing fans. We're going to miss you. There's not anyone out there that's going to fill up those shoes, that's going to step in your place and replace you. You were one of a kind. You weren't the greatest fighter ever. I'm not even sure if you were a great fighter, but you knew how to put on a great show. And for that, I thank you, and you will be missed.
Jesus Christ, that was kind of scary, man.
What was scary about it, man?
In a good way. No, it's just real surprising for me, man, because, my final thought is basically the complete opposite of what you just said, man. I mean, everybody knows why De La Hoya picked this fight. He thought he was going to win. He thought it was an easy way out. I've never heard a guy try to upsell an opponent so much. Usually when you have your opponent in front of you, you're trying to downgrade him and tell the media, what you're going to do to him, how this guy isn't even in the same league. That sells fights. The fact that he had to upsell Pacquiao, that he's number one pound for pound, that, he's not that much smaller of a man, da-da-da-da-da. I thought it was phony, man. I thought the 24/7 was phony when De La Hoya was involved. I think he thinks too much when he talks and he just doesn't let it come natural. I was watching Pacquiao the 24/7. I was loving him, man. I mean, for me, watching Pacquiao 24/7 is like hanging out with the goons that I hang out with in real life. Eating with your hands, acting hella crazy, just being hella strange. Like, that's normal. That's normal life. And the fact that, De La Hoya is like the complete opposite, I think it's a good thing what happened this past Saturday. I think a lot of people were entertained by the beatdown. I give all praise to Manny Pacquiao for stepping up and putting the pain on a guy that I feel is almost the complete opposite of Pacquiao himself. So, big props to Pacquiao. De La Hoya, I don't wish you any bad health, but, if it's your time to go, it's your time to go.